It's that time again, holiday cover. We're in April now and that's just collecting the last lot in.
I'm going to show you a little bit in the processing shed this morning.
It's that time again, holiday cover. Imagine people taking holidays. And that's me just leaving the farm just now, so me and Marion are both sharing the route again, so it's Invercamey contour, one we know pretty well. So we've both got about 100 doors each to do tonight, so that's me just setting off and leaving the farm just now, so on the farm road, so it's quite bumpy. But hopefully we get done quite sharp and get home for a bit of sleep before work in the morning for both of us. So that's me off now. My sister's better than yours. She's even left snacks in the van for me. All done. That's me just met Marion to collect all the empty bottles to take back to the farm. I've just got a few shop drops to do as well on the way home, and then I'll get to bed. Lads, it's just a way to collect the remaining bales of straw that's sat out all winter. We're in April now and that's just collecting the last lot in. We always like to try and wait until they're dry and take them in. We did have a go and get some of them in not all that long ago, but there's still some lying out in the field till April. But so far the straw's still been pretty good, apart from the bit that's lying on the ground. It sucks up a bit of moisture, but other than that it's been really nice straw. Somebody did mention in the comments asking what the straw was like, but I'll open one up once we get them in. But Dad's got his favourite tractor on the trailer, so I'm in a JCB, so I'll just load the bales and stack them in the shed and we'll try and get it cleared. Because when you see the field, we've spread slurry up until where the bales are situated, and we just need to get the rest of the field done so we can get it ploughed. And Andrew's ploughing just now, so that's why the 290 is called upon. But as I said, it's my dad's favourite tractor anyway, so we'll get going and we'll try and get these bales in before the milking. harder stacking bales with a grape than with a stacker, that's for sure. It's much harder than I remember, making a right bloody mess of it. But most of them are in the shed now, so got a couple loads to go and then the rest will be home.
I woke up feeling on top of the world, like nothing's ever gonna bring me down. This feeling got me flying high as a bird. I may never touch the ground. It may not be my birthday, but I just wanna celebrate. I just wanna celebrate, 'cause it's a good day, good life. I just wanna celebrate all night. There's magic coursing throughout my veins. I don't want it to stop. I feel invincible in every way. I'ma give it all I got. It may not be my birthday, but I just wanna celebrate. I just wanna celebrate, 'cause it's a good day, good life. I just wanna celebrate all night. There's nothing like feeling alive. There's nothing like feeling alive. I just want to celebrate.
That's another milking done. So I'm going to show you a little bit in the processing shed this morning because Siobhan, who normally processes for us, was covering for holidays in the van last night, so I'm in the shed. So I'm just going to get myself cleaned up and I'll see you in the shed.
That's me in the processing shed. So what I'm doing is just circulating water here just now with the pasteuriser. That's a pasteuriser there and that's a separator there. So what I'm going to do is open up the valves to let the water around the separator, give it a good rinse out before circulating a chemical to sterilise everything for 15 minutes. Then after that, once I've sterilised the system, I can then heat the pasteuriser up to well, over 72 degrees is pasteurising temperature, so we're looking for anywhere between 73 and 75. Temperature to try and regulate it around about there, and that'll pasteurize the milk, and then it'll either go through the separator or into the bulk tank, whether depending if it's skimmed, semi-skimmed or whole. So what I'm going to do is open up the valve just now and let the water in to the separator, give it a rinse out, and then I'll add the chemical. So while I'm waiting for that to circulate, I can show you around the shed. So what we've got here is two bulk tanks with an agitator on. Generally one's for whole and one's for semi-skimmed. So obviously they've been all sterilised, ready to go today. So what we'll do is we'll end up putting skimmed milk in this one. We'll bottle off the skimmed, and then we'll end up putting whole in this one. Once we have actually ended up doing all the skims, we'll get whole into the small tank here, the one I just showed you, and then the skimmed will go into the bigger tank. And once we've got enough skimmed in the bigger tank, we'll then have to add some whole into that to make it up to semi-skimmed. So effectively, semi-skimmed is 1.5 to 1.8%. And obviously skimmed milk is anything below 0.3%, basically, is what skimmed is classified as. So what I'm going to do is, I'll try and show you adding me the milk back in, and I'll
I'll show you the meter we use to read what percentage it is working and stuff like that. Try and give you as best an idea as possible. Once we get bottling, it might not be too good to video, but I'll try and do my best for that. Just try and show you how things work and how we get it in the bottle effectively. So, as I say, I'll do my best. We'll see how we get on. So this is the cream coming out of the separator. You can see it's quite a thick consistency. I might have to add a little bit of milk to that to thin it down. But that's the cream getting separated from the milk. And then the skim's going into their tank. Just to show you here, that's what the foil caps start as, so it's a roll. So when it goes onto the machine, it actually punches the circle and then makes it into a cap. And then depending, obviously red skimmed, green semi-skimmed and blue's whole. That's the pasteurising finished, and we've skimmed, bottled off skimmed milk. Not too many crates today, but there's 6.5 crates of red. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make up this this milk to semi-skimmed. So I'm going to test it just now. I have actually put some whole into it, but I'm going to test it just now to make sure that I haven't put too much in. So what I need to do is take a sample out and then put it through this machine here. So it's reset, and all I need to do is put the fluid through, and it'll give me a reading, and it should be between 1.5 to 1.8 for semi-skim. Now obviously that's at 0.1, but that's just what you have to do to calibrate it. So I'll go and take the sample now and we'll see what it is. Right, so what I have to do is I have to suck this in. This is the sample out of the tank, suck that in, pump it out. So then I've got a mixture of the solution and the milk, and then I repeat that process. So suck it in again, pump it out. Then I hook it onto the back of a shelf here, and then pump 5 times. And we'll see what the reading is. So it's 1.44 there, so I've got to add just a little bit of whole milk left into it to make it up to the threshold for semi-skimmed. So I'll just go and do that just now. That's me, added a bit of whole milk in now, and it's reading at 1.71, so that's nicely in between the threshold of 1.5 and 1.8. That's all the processing done now, so that's the rest of the green done. So all that milk will be going out on Friday morning, just bottled today. As you can see, we're closing in on 1 million bottles now since we started production, so that's an achievement in itself. It feels like to me, it might not feel like to a lot of dairy farmers and stuff like that, but it feels like a big achievement to us. But anyway, that's it for this week's video. But before I go, I've got to thank people again. It feels like I'm always thanking people, to be honest. But another week where There's been drivers on holiday and one of our drivers is getting married. So 2 people off again this week. So massive thank you to Siobhan for going out in the van. Louise is out tonight. So both processing staff are getting a shot in the van. Massive thank you for them, and massive thank you to my sister and Nick as well, who've also helped out in the doorsteps. Couldn't do it without you. I can't underestimate how much our family business this is and how lucky we are to have the staff we do have. Before I go, I also want to wish Stephen and Rachel an amazing day on Saturday. They get married at the weekend. Stephen's one of our drivers. He's been with us for about a year now, but I wish you all the best. You're probably married now if you are watching this. It'll be Sunday you're watching it or later, but I hope you had a good day. Okay, remember to like and subscribe. See you next week.